Hello everybody, it's vanburman here and welcome to the 5-minute review. Today I'm going to be looking at Child of Light. It's a new RPG that's come out on Steam, PlayStation and on the PlayStation Network. Child of Light is a old style RPG and it's set in the land of Lemuria, where the main protagonist is Aurora, who is the Child of Light, as named in the title. First off, as you can see on the screen, is probably my main gripe about the game is the day one DLC that came out with it. I mean, this is to be expected nowadays, I feel, in the climate of how games are developed and marketed. Luckily, most of it isn't key to the story. There is, of course, an extra character in there that is playable to choose from. But all in all, the DLC isn't terrible, despite the fact it is day one, of course. One of the great things about the game is the artwork. It is, quite frankly, one of the most beautiful games I've seen. A brilliant use of watercolours, and it just all blends together really well. They've made a very beautiful... it is a 2D game, really, and set in a very much a fairy tale type children's story kind of book. And it's really engrossing, I have to say, and you do feel very connected to the characters that you come across during the game, and I feel as though it does tell a really good story throughout. Also, there's a lot of use of poetry in the game, with the text and the speech between different characters. And that really helps portray the sort of time period that they're going for, and also to help set the scene throughout the game. Another brilliant thing about the game is the level layout. There's all sorts of hidden passageways and items that you can find around, and the battle system is also an extremely good part of the game. Here we have what is a classic ATB system with some neat changes involved. Basically, the idea is to pick your skills and stop your opponents from being able to do their move, so then it delays them from attacking themselves. And it's a really good example of how a modern ATB system can be done. It's different enough from the old Final Fantasies to make it new and challenging. My opinion would be perhaps to play the game on hard rather than normal, as normal gives you perhaps too much. It's not quite ruthless enough in the battle system for me, really. But it is intuitive enough to keep you playing, and overall I think they've done a really good job with it. Another thing to mention as well is the music in the game. For copyright reasons, I obviously can't show you any or let you listen to any of that. But that does really help set the scene to the game and to the various areas throughout it. There is a small amount of voice acting in the game, normally just for these cutscenes where the narrator will step in and help you with a bit more of the general overview of the story. But we do get these nice cutscenes, which once again done in a very watercolory style, and really do help bring the characters to life. Aurora meets many interesting characters along the way as well, each with their own quests and different abilities that you can unlock for them, each with their own distinctive class as well, which does help the party composition and makes all of them necessary as well. And they do a really good job of, even though it's limited characters in battles, you can switch between them before making your move, which is very useful indeed. The game is set around Aurora trying to rescue the moon, the sun and the stars from the Black Witch that has taken over the world, as she's been transported there from her deathbed with her father. It's all very sad, really, and it's a very engrossing story that will keep you entertained for a long time. If you're into RPGs, I really recommend giving it a go. It's probably one of the best ones that we'll see for a while, and it's definitely one of the best games of the year so far, and probably will end up being one of the best games of the year come the end of the year. Thank you much for watching the 5-minute review. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and as I mentioned before, you can pick this up on Steam and the PlayStation Network. Goodbye everybody.